welcome to another episode of In the Frame. Today I have with me a former professional turned coach. He's won 3 national titles. He's known by the nickname Bombay Bombers. He's also the second Indian to have turned pro. So let me welcome the man himself, Yasin.
Hi.
Good to have you with us.
Thanks. Nice.
Couple of questions straight away.
Sure.
How did the name come about, Bombay Bombers?
Okay, so this actually started when I played my second season as a professional, because in the first season they didn't know me very well.
Mm-hmm.
But as things happened, the first 4 events I had lost the first 4 rounds.
And what year was this? When did
This is 92.
92 is when you
I
turned
turned
pro.
professional.
Okay.
And I had lost the first 4 tournaments in the very first round.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I struck a purple patch and won 17 matches in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a streak.
That's what happened. And
this was again in your first season.
very first season.
Okay.
And then there was a referee by the name of Len Ganley.
Mm-hmm.
Very jovial, very sweet guy. No more now.
Mm-hmm.
He was a professional referee, and he would do the Crucible final most of the time.
Okay.
So he would, after every 4 frames there would be a break.
Right. Yeah.
So
you've got a mid-session.
Yeah, and we had a mid-session break. So we would all come out, have our cup of tea, and come and see the scores of the other matches which are going on.
Okay.
So and he would have started all the sessions, and then he would come out and see me.
Right.
And he would always see me being one of the first to come out. And he would come
So
and
you
he would.
finished your
Yeah,
first
I
4
would have
frames
finished my
first.
first 4 frames.
Okay.
He would say, "What's it, son? 4-0, 3-1." Most of the time it was 3-1. Okay, and in that 17 match thing.
Right.
So he says, "You're the bomber. So you're the Bombay Bomber now." That's how it started.
And then it started.
And then it started, and then I don't know how it went on, and then one of the main events was the televised event, where I was introduced as the man from India, the Bombay Bomber. It just got stuck on that time.
So the Rocket and then the Bombay Bomber.
The Rocket is way ahead. We are too small for that. We're too small.
Right. So 3 national titles and then you decide to turn pro, or
That's
how did
right.
that journey come about?
Okay, so I needed to turn pro, and 91 they had opened up.
Also, were you the second Indian to turn pro?
Now that's not completely right, because 91 they had opened up for the professionals.
Okay.
You could just register, pay the fees, and become a professional.
Okay.
At that time, Geet Sethi and Sonic Multani had turned professional. Sorry, Geet Sethi had turned professional.
That year,
91.
Right.
Before that, there was Om Agarwal.
Right.
He had turned professional by virtue of his being the world amateur champion.
So he was.
So he got a direct tour card.
So kind of the first one then.
He was the first one.
Right. Right.
Om Agarwal was the first one. Geet Sethi was already on the circuit when I joined in 92 along with Sonic Multani.
Okay. Okay. So you
But-
were among that whole bunch.
Yeah, but the only thing is that Sonic and Geet, they quit after 2 seasons.
All right.
And I had also gone there with a little target for myself that the year that I drop in the rankings or I don't earn enough prize money to sustain, I'm going to come back.
Okay.
Luckily, for 6 seasons, that did not happen. I kept rising up, kept moving from the bracket of 192 to 128, from 128 to 96,
Right.
96 to the top 64.
Right.
Kept happening like that.
And you had to keep, making the cut.
I had to keep winning. This system is a little different now, where they have 128 professionals,
Okay.
and you've got to win a round or 2, and you made it to the main draw. In my time, we had to win 11 rounds to make it to the main televised event and to get into some kind of prize money.
Oh, 11 matches
11 matches
to get there. Wow.
for every event, and there were 10 ranking events at that time.
Right.
So-
And I think the sport at that time, how was it different from now?
There
If
were
you
there were
had to
1,000
get it?
professionals when I joined.
Right. Right.
1,000 professionals, and each one was really good. The
Right.
first match that I played was Chris Scanlon.
Okay.
He was the world junior champion,
Right.
and I lost that match after being 4-1 up. I remember that because he just came back at me hammer and tong, 80, 90, 80, 90.
Wow.
That's how they play.
Yeah.
And then that probably demoralized me for the next 3 events as well. And I just got married, so I was missing my wife as well. So I said, "You come over here. I'm not feeling good."
Okay.
The day she landed, from that day, I won 17 matches in a row.
Okay.
So maybe that lady luck.
Absolutely.
came-
In fact, since you said that, I mean, nowadays even the cricketers tour with their families,
Yeah.
and it makes such a big
Makes a
impact on their
difference, makes a
game.
difference.
So that I think creating the right environment. And now,
Right.
as a coach,
Yeah.
probably that's something that you might be teaching your students as well. Try to create a great environment for you to
Absolutely.
perform.
Be
right?
comfortable off the table so that you can be comfortable on the table as well.
Right. Since we brought up the coaching point, I see you put together a nice routine here. So let's see you probably go through this while I keep this conversation.
Okay,
going.
so
just tell me about this routine.
Just before you came, I had a student and I was coaching him. So
Right.
he's a good student, so I gave him a little tough routine which I would normally
this
give.
doesn't look easy from any
Yeah,
stretch of
okay.
imagination. This
There
looks like
there is a
yeah.
system to this.
Yeah.
So the system is that you have to take all these 4 reds with
The ones
the
around the
black.
black first,
Yeah,
okay.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, and 4 with the black.
Okay.
Then move on to these 4 reds. Take only the pink with those.
Okay.
Then you move on to those 4 reds.
blue.
Take only the blue with those.
Got it.
Then the 3 reds which are near the brown. Take only the brown with that.
Right.
Now this is going to actually teach you how to direct your white towards the shot and control the white.
Yeah. And
Preferably no cannons.
right. And also try to be as much
You-
on the right side. As
Absolutely.
Much as
You know the game as well as I do.
Yeah.
So maneuvering the white between these balls, through the balls, off the cushion, but coming in such a place that I don't need a cannon to stay in position for the
Got it.
next ball on.
possible. Okay.
That's the routine.
Okay. Tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
Okay, let's
so,
see how it goes.
so,
Yeah.
so the thing could be that I come for the first red here. I do this, stop here,
Yeah.
first red, come for the
So
black.
This is a key here. That
Yeah.
you've left yourself in a situation where you don't cannon those 2 reds, right?
Preferably no.
Preferably not.
Yeah. So I would want to do. Now I'm a little in trouble here. So this white
Yeah,
should have
because,
ideally been here.
You want to play for this red first?
I would just roll the black a bit,
Okay.
roll the black, and there onto this red.
Right.
Now do this. Come up here.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's
So now,
it.
In a couple of shots, you've kind of simplified this area.
That's right.
Right. You've
So
just
the
created a situation
idea
where-
is normally in a frame you get bogged down by a lot of reds covering the black area.
Correct.
So the technique is to clear up that area
Correct.
so that you can have a tidy break.
This is how many reds?
3 and for 7 and 5, 12 into 14. Let's say we put 15 reds.
15 reds.
Yeah,
so
15
you have
reds.
the opportunity
Yes.
of making a
I
nice
have a
century
student.
break.
I have a student who's finished this. Ishpreet Singh Chadha, who's on the pro circuit
He's on the
right
pro
now.
circuit. Yeah.
He's finished this.
Right. So in fact, a couple of students from your academy have actually made it to
Only
the pro
2
circuit
from India.
right now.
2 from Maharashtra, 2 from Bombay, 2 from Kharjim, 2 under me. So that
That says a lot.
Yeah,
That
that's
says
quite
a
a
lot.
privilege.
And how are they doing the circuit right now?
The one who's just joined is finding it tough. Okay, because it is tough over there. It a lot depends on the draw that you get as well.
Right.
You've got to get a few easy matches which he hasn't got yet.
Right.
Ishpreet has had a mixed season in the first year. This is his second tour.
He's done. He's done well. I mean,
He's
at least
beaten.
the early
He's
stage
beaten
of it.
Stuart Bingham. He's
Yeah,
beaten
yeah.
Luca Bressel.
Right.
So he's got a good victory, but he needs to go deeper into the draw
Right.
to be able to survive and still sustain
Right.
there to get going with the pro card. Otherwise, he may have to
Correct.
come back.
And you're also, I mean, it's luck of the draw when you pull some.
Absolutely.
You pull one of the
You
top eights and,
you need to have
Yeah.
somebody who's actually your level or a little lower.
Right.
You get somebody higher. They're fighting for their bread and butter. They're not going to
Absolutely.
give in so easily.
But isn't that the most difficult part of the being on the circuit?
Absolutely.
You know,
It is.
the whole survival bit, and maybe that's one of the reasons that, and this, at least this is what I probably would think is why the people, the UK players do better than the others, because the pressure is slightly lower on them, on
I
the
don't
performance
know.
pressure.
On the contrary.
Okay.
The pressure is higher on them because let's take my example.
Okay.
I went there to play in the pro circuit not because I needed to go there and earn my bread.
Right.
So my turning pro was to challenge myself to see how well I would fare against the top guys.
Correct. But yours is probably a unique scenario. Yours is a unique situation. A lot of other-
same
Ishpreet
thing
also
with
probably-
Geet Sethi.
Yeah, Geet also.
He never
Correct.
needed the money,
Correct.
but you know sometimes you need to challenge yourself to see where would you stand when thrown in the sea with the sharks.
Totally.
It's like
I think
that.
it's more about that. It's about
but for them, I've actually had
For them it's
friends
bread
over
and butter.
there
For them it's bread
who
and
were
butter,
living
yeah.
in their car.
Correct.
They would spend the night in the car because they didn't have money to spend for the bed and breakfast.
Yeah. They turn pros. They want to just. That's the only thing that they do.
That's their life.
And yeah,
That's their
I
work.
think I
So
agree
it's
with you.
tougher for them actually.
Yeah, but then again,
But
probably the kind of situation that you have. Maybe not everybody or Keith.
Yeah.
The next generation of snooker players who want to go out there and they want to sustain themselves and survive that storm, so to
Yeah.
speak. is not going to be easy. It's a tough.
Today,
I think we're headed in the
it's
right
slightly
direction.
easier, you know, because they guarantee you 20,000 pounds for the year.
Yes, I think on the tour once you make the cut, right? If you
So
qualify through the tour,
that wasn't the case for us. We had to actually earn that that 500 pounds or 1,500 pounds for every thing. So let's say you do that. Let's say you
okay.
play
So
the
you
shot.
want me to finish straight on this, so I roll
Straight
down for
in,
this
yeah.
red,
So you can
right?
roll down for that red.
Right. And this is have I placed that red?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Depends on what you do with
And
it.
cue ball anywhere.
Cue ball anywhere. Just screw back a bit.
So yeah, just a soft.
Fair enough.
Good enough?
That should be good. As long as you can avoid this cannon.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
think I'm just about okay for that.
That's good. That's good. That's good. But if you would have rolled it a little more, you would have made the next red easier.
Yeah,
this would have been
fair.
easier than this.
Right.
So this is where you need to be. You can either go that side or you can come here as well.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. So that's what we
Yeah,
normally end up
End
doing.
up doing, yeah.
The-
And that's like you said. That's that. It's
it
game of
depends on that one
such
extra
small
roll.
margins.
Yeah.
Correct. One less roll.
That's the difference.
And the game becomes a lot easier. And what about? Let's assume we've gotten
Yeah.
past
Okay.
this.
So now
Yeah.
I need to take the first red. I would start from
And then
here.
you-
I would position myself.
You've left yourself on the black somewhere.
So I can
Maybe,
come
yeah.
back here.
Yeah.
I can come back here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the shot I would try to play. I would push it here.
Pink in the middle. Okay.
Then I've got this pink. I do this. I come here. I do this. I'm well enough in position for this.
Right.
I'm trying not to make any cannons.
Correct.
So now this is a slightly tricky
Yeah,
one.
you
Let's
left
see what I
yourself
do.
there, Yeah. Maybe come back.
Oh, that's a push. That's a
Yeah.
foul.
No, maybe you could pull back.
I could have if there was an angle.
Because this, you're saying you've left this pink blocked on
Right
this
there.
pocket, right? Is that
That
intentional?
that's intentional.
Intentional.
So that I have to make it. So the little danger of screwing back over here is that I could probably end up with a stretch or a rest shot.
Okay.
So
Going on that side, obviously, yeah, you want to be straighter on
so
this
so
side.
so the
Yeah.
other option could be I could just roll the red a little.
Yeah.
Come for the pink again in the center pocket.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. So once I've finished on these, then I have to come for the red here.
Yeah.
Take the red, blue in that pocket, then somehow the other.
Yeah, yeah. So
Make
because
these.
the blue is blocked in those
I've
two
actually
pockets
kept
to
it a
start
little
with.
tougher
Yeah,
than
this is
normal.
much.
It should be there. So I have a little more room to
Yeah.
finish. That's okay.
A little more breathing space,
Yeah,
I guess.
that's it.
okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I can already see this is a really tough challenge.
This is the toughest.
And how many, like you said, apart from Ishpreet, do you see any other players being able to execute it? I know Danish was here.
Yeah,
with
Danish
you.
was, yeah.
Yeah. And so at what stage do you think we're ready to do something like this? And how do you assess that?
When you are making 3 or 4 centuries a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you know how to maneuver the white around the red and the pink, the black and the pink.
Right.
So because most of the breaks are made in that area.
Right.
So once you can do that, then this exercise this is more or less for a player like Ishpreet's level, this is like a toning exercise.
Right.
Okay, this for a player like Danish, for example, this would be a growing exercise.
yeah,
He would
yeah.
learn how to grow as a player.
Correct, correct. For him, it's more in
Yeah.
terms of trying to keep his focus together and concentration into it.
Yeah.
For a player like Danish, he's trying to get to know how to maneuver the cue ball.
Absolutely. He's learning. He's learning. at the
What
same
about you? How did you start? Did you have a coach when you
I
started?
had no coach.
Okay.
And my father taught me the game.
Okay.
He was a basic club level player with a 60-70 break as the highest.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a very fierce competitor in business. So his is a rags to riches story.
Right.
So he always kept pushing me on that, if you have to achieve, there is no other secret other than hard work.
Yeah.
Then, fortunately, at the age of 14, I joined the club, and if you can focus on this man, I played a lot with him.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Very stylish player. This is a much later picture. Very stylish Cueist.
Mm-hmm.
He had won 7 national titles.
Okay.
And 9 o'clock, the snooker room would open. At 5 to 9, both of us would be waiting outside to open the door together.
How old were you at that time?
I was 14, 15.
Okay.
Yeah, around-
When was your first century? You started at 14, 15, like you said.
Okay. So the century also has a story.
इस तरफ आ जाओ.
I had
While
watched-
you just execute this for us.
Yeah, okay. So the shot over here also is along with my century story, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So here I would want to do is just roll the ball a bit here. so that I'm in
For
line
a long blue.
for a long blue,
Okay. Like a mid-range.
like a mid-range blue.
Yeah.
So I'm there again. I do this soft blue,
Yeah. Nice.
and then again I would come for
Another
this
long
red.
blue this side.
Again a long blue this side. This is what I would do.
Okay.
I wish Danish was here watching what I do, because I've given him this homework.
Yeah.
So this is what I would do.
Right.
Then I'm there.
Run in behind. the
That's
strike.
it.
Perfect. Perfect.
Not bad for a retired player.
Not bad at all. In fact, I was watching. I think you played a tournament a couple of years back. When was the last serious tournament you played?
I play one tournament a year,
Which is?
which is the NSCI Open,
Okay.
because they forced me to. I'm a member there as well.
Okay.
So they forced me to play that tournament. In fact, I didn't play the card gym tournament because I was not. I don't practice at all.
Right.
But that one tournament, I put in a little effort so that I can win a couple of rounds, and I could maintain some respect over there.
Right. And that was. I mean, you.
I played
last season as
this year, Jan, and last Jan as well. So one tournament a year.
Okay.
We're talking about the century break.
Ah.
Yeah. So for a long time, I got stuck at 94,
Okay.
and I just couldn't, because my hand would shake. I wanted that 100 break,
Right.
and 94 it got stuck. I went to England at the age of 17. At the age of 17, I was in England. Until 17, I had not made a century break. So, and I wanted a new cue for myself. There was a store called Lily White at Piccadilly Circus. And I'd gone with another snooker player, Ashok Chandelier. So we had gone together. About 30 cues lying in racks like that. I just picked up one of them,
Okay.
a cue which is cut halfway there.
Okay.
And
Okay. One of those.
and they had
Two
those
piece
practice
cues, yeah.
tables. I said, okay, I'll just play. I said, okay, this is going to be my cue.
Right.
I like the feel of the cue.
Right.
When I came back to India, I made my first 100 break with that. And my first 100 break from 94 had gone to 135 against Mr. Sham Shroff only.
Okay.
Once that barrier was broken, I
Yeah.
made 5 other centuries the same day with the same cue.
Wow.
So it was just like the floodgates had opened.
Yeah.
I could make those 80s and 90s, but I was not crossing it because additional pressure, 100. Once that
Once you get
135,
past it,
once that
correct.
135 came in, I had 5-6 centuries the same day.
Right.
And then at the age of 17, I made that.
Was it a combination of a little bit of a mental block and the equipment, or
It had nothing to do with the equipment.
Exactly? You know,
The
I was
cue,
coming to that. Yeah.
I'll tell you the cost of the cue. The cue was costing me 30 pounds.
Correct.
And the pound was 30 rupees at that time.
Sure.
900 rupees was the cue.
Yeah.
But I played my best snooker. I won national titles with that. I won Asian titles with that. I reached another Asian final with that. I played the pro circuit with that.
Nice.
So that 30-pound cue.
yeah, I mean, it just gets.
The best thing was that I could actually fold it up and put it in my suitcase.
carry it easily.
In my suitcase.
Yeah.
That was the best part of it, the center joint.
Absolutely.
So that's the story of the 100 break.
Perfect. So, good thing that you brought this 100 thing up. You know, I mean, again, you probably are the best person to tell me about this. I feel a good 60, 70 is more valuable than a century.
Yes.
At the right time.
Yes,
Isn't it?
I
To win a
agree.
frame or to win a match, I don't think the centuries are really going to make a difference, right?
Absolutely.
5 reds on the table, you clear up, you're going to win more matches. Am I in the right direction?
Absolutely. So as I was telling Danish, who was here before, that your target should be that every time you're on the table, and if there is a ball on, that's your last visit.
Ah.
Be it a 22 break
Correct.
from the brown to the black, or be it a 122 break from the second red or the third red. That's the
Try to
last
play a
visit.
single visit game as much
Single
as
visit
possible.
game as much as possible. You've
Yeah.
got to take the game away from your opponent. That's it.
Right.
That's the secret. Whether it is 100, 70, 60, whatever.
Super.
That's the secret.
And what's the game like right now, in the sense that you've been coaching kids? What is the age, according to you, a good age to start? I mean, I know height is one of the main criteria
Now 10-year-olds are tall enough to play.
to play. Correct.
Yeah, so that's okay.
But are they mature enough? But it's a good age to start.
It's a good age to start. At least
Perfect age.
you get your basics right from 10, 11.
If your foundation is
then you sort of find direction. If you win a match or two, suddenly you feel, oh, I can do this.
Right.
I can do this. So it's better, AC atmosphere. I don't have to sweat it out on the field.
Right.
Then they start coming here more often.
Correct.
Then they win a couple of more rounds. All of a sudden,
They
it's a
get
career
more-
for them.
Absolutely.
It's a career for them.
And how long is that journey? Like, you start at 10, you're not really at 10. I'm not, at least, I mean, as a coach myself, I'm not pushing the kids at 10 to really go, bonkers at this
Correct,
game.
correct.
You
That's
play
right.
whatever else you're doing, your
Right.
your focus on your studies is there as well. But then I think by the time you reach 12, 13 is when you have to now say, okay, this is what I want to do, or that the other sport is what I want to do. I want to do this recreationally. What is that age according to you that kind of, you start focusing or grooming the child for for a higher level of game?
That age could come with your first notable victory. It could be a tournament victory or it could be a victory over a known player.
Okay.
Then you get a little self-belief. Oh, I played well that day to beat Yasin Merchant. Okay,
Right.
fine. All of a sudden I feel if I put in more effort, I think I can beat Pankaj now.
Right.
I can beat somebody else. I can beat Lakshman Rawat. I can beat a Kamal Chowdhury. So that self-belief comes in if you've got some performance under your belt, which could be at the age of 12, which could be at the age of 15, 16, who knows.
Right.
And your journey is very much dependent on your surrounding, your atmosphere, your environment around you. Is it a conducive atmosphere? Are your parents supporting you? Are your parents saying only study, 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 let's go towards the engineering degree?
Right.
Or they say, okay, we'll go towards the engineering degree, but in your spare time, this could be your recreation. But if this is your recreation, then don't waste your time elsewhere. So I would suggest enjoy the game, but with a little purpose.
Right.
I'm going to play this also. After I finish it, I've got squash coaching. After squash coaching, then I've got to go for a swim. Swim, recreation.
Correct.
Swim, not competitive.
Yeah. And fitness.
If you
Maybe.
want to take
Yeah.
swimming,
Yeah.
swimming then snooker, recreation, not
Right.
competitive. Pick
Right.
out one sport.
Right.
My father always told me, can you ride two horses together? I said, no.
Impossible.
He said, then stick to one horse.
Right. So let's clear this up.
Okay, this is the
And
tough
then-
one that we are
yeah.
looking at
Yeah.
now.
Oh, these are the okay.
This is the tough one. So this is where after the blue, I would want to finish somewhere here.
Right.
So I could do this. And after the brown, I could come for this red again.
Yeah.
I need to stay a little higher there.
Yeah. Just a touch.
Just a
Yeah,
touch.
Just
So,
a touch. Yeah.
I would do this. There I am. That's it.
Perfect.
It's looking good. So I would do this.
You wouldn't want to come back?
No,
with that?
no.
Okay.
I would do this. Now I need one tough shot, which could be either in the center or if I want to go at the top pocket over there.
Okay.
So since I am practicing,
Right.
I need to get all the shots under my belt. Center pocket, it's easier. I can get it. I can just roll it and I can stay for the blue.
Blue and come
but
back.
I need to practice that as well.
Perfect.
So what I would want to do is I would tell my students, just go for that one. Let's see how good we are. That's it. I think it's gone in.
Lovely.
So that's good. And I'm in good position now.
Absolutely.
So then that's the routine clearance. Do this, do this. Now you're in position to
Perfect
finish
shape
the
to
frame.
finish off the frame. Super. Super. Thank you for taking the time out,
Thank
Yasin.
you.
A
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And hopefully I can come and take a few lessons from you as well. Whenever you have
Or,
the time
or
for
me with you. I could take lessons
Vice
from you.
versa, I know.
You're a third level, you're a third degree coach. I still have a
just,
second degree.
I think each, like you said, right, like how you probably would be able to identify something
Yeah.
in terms of a technical error. It's everybody can probably
We can
give you
each- we
something.
can all guide each
yeah,
other.
you can learn from everywhere. So I
Absolutely.
think that learning journey is
So today when
Never ending.
I watch the YouTube videos, I'm not counting their breaks, but
Yeah.
I'm learning
Looking
to
at-
teach
yeah,
better.
exactly.
I'm learning what would a Ronnie O'Sullivan do here. Why has he done this?
yeah.
It's like that.
Beautiful. Yeah.
ठीक है.
Awesome. Wish you all
Thank
the
you
very
very much.
best.
Thanks a lot.
And thank you once again.
Thank you.
That was Yasin Merchant, and we're going to see you back at another episode of In the Frame. Thank you.